Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick
Chick
Picker.
picker. Chick picker.
How's everybody doing?
The theme song changes every morning.
It does.
Thank you very much.
Every single morning. It's never the same.
No two shows shall be alike on the Chick
That
Picker
is
Planet channel.
that is the truth. See, get off of there. All right. See if we can get this. No, I don't want you to go on. Oh, stop. Stop it. Stop. 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 Just stop.
Stop it. Quit it.
Trying to get everything rounded up here.
Greenville Treasures.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I gotta change that. Well, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you're doing great, actually. It's gonna be a great day.
Hank's already retracting messages.
Hank.
But you mistyped something. I didn't see what it said before she deleted it. Morning, Beth.
Oh my goodness. Stop. Just stop. Too much. Let's see here. All right, we got our chat going. That shade of shirt looks lovely with your hair. Accentuates. Well, thanks. Hank?
Yes, you look lovely. Lovely, my dear.
Hope y'all are doing good today. Great, good, all that good stuff. Good morning, Beth. Yeah, accentuates. That is a big word, especially for early in the morning.
I know. Made my mind work.
Not so early for me though. I've been up since 5, so. Good morning, Kathy, Greenville Treasures.
Kathy, that's her name.
Hope everybody is doing well.
Kathy, Bopathy, Banana, Fana, Fopathy.
Fee, fi, fo, fanny. Kathy.
Okay.
There you go. You got your Kathy for the day. Let's see. Yeah, I've been up since 5. Got my shipping done. Got my. What else did I get done? Oh, I did my reset for today. Yeah, so things are getting done. Yesterday, I went out and got my the front yard, I got the flower bed done, and I got all the eating done, and yeah. I decided I needed to carve out some time for the yard, or it was going to take me over.
Yeah, it was just I got to mow again.
Swallow the house, you know. So I needed to do that. I still have the backyard to work on, and that's an animal. That is going to take a lot of time, but
it's a never-ending thing.
Weed eating, spraying. By the time I'm done with that, it'll be time to mow again.
Yep.
That's okay. I can't complain because it's getting warmer, and I am good with that. I'm good with warm.
The swimming pool is up and running. That took some work to get it wrangled around.
That's good.
It's still a little bit cloudy. You know, when you first clean it out at the end of winter, there's little bitty tiny particles in the water that just make it cloudy for
a
long time, unless you're willing to go to the trouble to do flocking, which is a pain.
Yeah. Do you do like a shock treatment thing?
Oh yeah.
I don't know much about that. There was something that Tina was saying that they use in their pool because gets pretty green and yucky. And she said you put this stuff in the pool and then you scrub the sides. I can't remember the way that she put it. You either scrub the sides first or you scrub the sides after you put it in. I would imagine it would be before, because you probably have to get in to scrub the sides and the bottom. But anyway, she said you do that and then you vacuum. It basically makes the green stuff fall off, and I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind of a shock treatment thing.
Yeah. Our pool is an in-ground pool, but it's vinyl lined. And the older the vinyl lining gets, the more it feels a little bit like sandpaper. And so it's tougher to get the dirt and the dead algae off the sides.
Yeah.
And bottom, the older the pool gets, because it's not slick like when you first buy a pool liner. That first summer is just a joy because it's just slick as glass.
Yeah.
But then as it ages, this liner is probably 7 years old. It still works fine. It's just harder to keep clean.
Yeah. Morning, Tina.
So yeah, add a pool in with your yard work, and there you go. Always got something to do.
Yeah.
Still got some more tree limbs to saw off, some dead trees. And yeah. My house is the middle house on a block. And I don't have a gate to the alley. So to mow the alley, I got to walk the mower down to the end of the block, go around, down the alley behind my neighbor's house, mow my alley, and then come back around. So
wow.
It's good exercise, but
yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Chick picker.
Chick picker.
How you all doing?
Good. I can't get myself together by 9, and you're getting yourself together by 8.
I've been up since 5 o'clock.
Oh Lord, I can't.
I went to bed at 8, and I still didn't get up till 7.
You must have needed to sleep really bad.
I went to bed at, what time did I go to bed? It was a little after midnight, I think. And then I woke up. I have my, so Tina can vouch for this. So I have my alarm set at 5, 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock. Every 15 minutes it goes off. And so if I'm tired and I want to sleep in, I just let it go, or because I don't hear it, or it just, or I turn it off and then I go back to sleep. There was a couple of days where she would have to go into my room and turn off the alarm because it was so loud and so irritating. She goes, I don't know what kind of music you got on there, but you can't sleep to it. She said, I can't sleep to it. You were sleeping fine. So.
I mean, I used to use the snooze button, and then I would set my alarm. I would set the clock for a different time than it actually was. So I would set it for, say it was 6 o'clock. I would set my clock to say it was 6:10.
Mm-hmm.
So then I could wake up and it would say 6:10, and I'd be like, oh wait, it's only 6 o'clock. And I don't know why. I did that all the time I was getting up and going out to work. I don't know. I don't know what that did for me, but yeah.
It was really weird yesterday because I woke up at 3, and then Brandon woke up at like 6, and he didn't have to go to work. So he was like, why am I up at 6? You know what I mean? He's like, well, I don't even have to work today. And then Job and Derek came over at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Jonah woke up, to hearing them, and then they leave and stuff. And Jonah goes, wait, it's only like 7:30? What? Why am I awake right now? He's like, I didn't even go to bed until like 3.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's like tripping. And she's probably a heavy sleeper though, Tina, because she's got sleep apnea.
I do not have sleep apnea. Nope.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Morning, Adam and Patty.
I am a respiratory therapist. I should know. I should know.
She just yelled at you.
Stop it.
It's my mug that I got from Maggie for my birthday.
That is so cute.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite mug.
That is
awesome.
Cool.
I love this.
I actually have a birthday present for you sitting over there waiting to go out in the mail.
Okay, well, I'll be
As
here.
You know, on the world's biggest procrastinator.
You know, when you send it, it's gonna take like 2 months to get here.
You'll get it for your next birthday.
I still got Christmas presents to send out from 2018.
Yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
Morning, Adam.
I actually bought the thing when I was down in Disney in March, so it wasn't even really meant to be a birthday present. So you might get it for Christmas.
You can send it whenever you want to. I will accept it gratefully.
Thank you, Dottie.
Adam's waiting on a telemed appointment. That'd be kind of weird. Okay, here's how you do your surgery.
I don't think there's such a thing as telemed surgery. I don't know.
Not yet.
You can tell. You can tell if you have sleep apnea.
Take the scalpel.
Wait.
Press a little bit hard.
Wait, sign this waiver first.
I got sunburn again yesterday.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Your crossbones are
freaking cold here.
Are looking like red bones.
It was warm here yesterday. It was like 88.
Oh, it's been so cold here. Jesus.
They have sunshine in Michigan? I don't believe it.
I know. I hardly believed it myself unless I seen it, but I just did see it. So
we didn't have oh my gosh. We didn't have any sun. We had, it was warm. It was warmer, but it was still on the cool side because there was no sunshine. It was just clouds.
Yeah.
So I gotta have some sunshine, and I don't think we're gonna have any today either.
Adam, I went to the urologist in person. I said, "You're not examining me by video."
Telemed surgery comes next year, 2021.
Put the camera real close.
Oh man. But
Lord.
I've been I've been going strong this morning. Got my shipping done.
Good
Had
job.
4 going out, and then I did my reset on my listings.
Numbers.
Valerie's on the ball this morning.
I am trying. I'm trying to
Good. That's
trying to
good.
get
You're doing
going
good.
and trying to keep it running.
I
You
have
gotta
3 going out.
Get back in the groove. It's been kind of rough these last couple of days, just trying to. And I didn't even go anywhere, but I took the week off, and so I kind of got out of sorts, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
hard to get back.
Out of routine and all that, but I'm trying. My goal is to get back on track and get it going. What are you doing, Sally?
I didn't even brush my hair today yet.
Well, look at that. You still got curls.
I know, and I forgot to brush. I was sitting here and I'm like, I haven't even brushed my hair yet. But it looks kind of good.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I'm done. I'm in despair of my hair. Adam says beaches and boardwalks open. Yeah, we were actually on the boardwalk last weekend. It was fine. There was hardly anybody on the beach, and it's cold here. It's not going to get out of the 50s today, I don't think. So, but people were, there were spots that were stacked up, but basically it wasn't bad. So
I think if I lived by the boardwalk, I would be out there whether it was cold or not.
oh,
I don't know. That wind's pretty.
no,
That
it's
wind's got a
very,
bite.
yeah, it's really windy.
It's got a bite on it when it's that cold.
I love the ocean.
Oh,
It'll start raining at noon here. It rained all afternoon.
Yeah, Tina said it's been raining since she's got home.
Lord. Fishing and picking. I'm not even gonna read that.
Like you did, Ace Ventura butt docking. That is funny.
If you're watching this later, make sure to look at the chat right here.
Yeah, you gotta read the chat so you know what's going on. Watched
That is funny.
I watched Scott the Bearded Picker auction last night.
How was that?
That was good. That's good. They have a pretty good auction.
I spent too much money.
I bid on a couple of things, but I lost it. I didn't get it. So, which is fine.
Did you go, Todd? Did you watch?
Yeah, I bought a 650 trading cards from John, the Grumpy Seller, whatever his name is.
John the
But
Grumpy Seller.
He was doing, it was a gift auction for another reseller, nice lady that is fighting cancer right now. So it was
who's that?
I forget her name.
April,
yeah. April Davis.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's her.
She's on her second round of chemotherapy right now. So
oh, good Lord.
She's just right in the middle of working on getting it fixed. So
yeah.
Bless her heart. So I spent, and John said he would match whatever was bid on the lot. So I said, I'm going to bid him up. He's going to have to pay what I do. So I paid $200. Cool. So
yeah, that's good though.
Yeah.
It's for a good reason.
And I look at it as an opportunity because I don't know a whole lot about trading cards. They're not baseball. They're like, God, what were they?
Weren't they Looney Tune type?
Looney Tunes, yeah.
They were a Looney Tune, but there was some that were like hologram, and there was it was almost like a puzzle on one side.
Yeah.
But wasn't that the one that you got?
Yeah, there were a couple of those types in there.
Were
And he
you
said he
on?
found 4 cards that sold for $20 each. So
Yeah.
There's
I
some
figure I won't lose money, and
Yeah.
there's
it's good
some
to
followers
help out
of
somebody else.
there's some followers of like Space Jam where they were, it was the NBA and then it was Looney Tunes and it was a movie. And so there's Space Jam cards. I don't know if that would be what you would get or not, but
Yeah, I'll have to go
there's
back and
followers
look
for
at the
those.
replay.
Yeah, I don't think they were Space Jam. I think it was more Looney Tune characters. I think there was Yosemite Sam and
Well, that's what was in Space Jam. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Was Looney Tune characters.
Right.
These
But it
cards
wasn't Space Jam.
Oh, okay.
It was
But
about that time frame on them though, when that Space Jam came out in the early 90s, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
yeah, I think
94, 95 probably.
yeah, it was around that time. Anyway,
yeah.
so yeah, that'll be something else like video games that I got to learn about. Oh my gosh,
Well, it just means you're branching out.
I guess it looked like a fun lot to sort through anyway. So
I don't know who that is, Adam.
I know. Me neither, Adam. Who is that?
I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to. I really have decreased my news watching lately, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I think he means the gal in that college case, her daughter, Lori Loudon. You know, they paid to get her daughter into college. That big college scandal. No?
No.
Never heard of it.
If it don't involve my family or my close friends, I have nothing really to do with anything like that.
well, unless you're watching it close, it's hard to keep up with that stuff because the court case may be 3 years after the crime, you know. And
right.
I mean, to me, the worst part about that whole college scandal was that Lori Loudon was in one of my favorite series on Hallmark Mysteries and Movies channel.
Oh,
and they canceled it because of this whole scandal. And I really liked the series. So that's the tragedy here.
Okay.
So she was on Full House.
Okay.
And she was in these. Becky. There was a series called Garage Sale Mysteries. So it was like they owned this antique shop and then she would go out to yard sales and stuff and find these treasures. So intermixed with the mystery was the finding the treasures and all that. And she screwed it all up.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
what is the thing?
I do remember like seeing something or hearing a blurb on the phone or something like that, but I haven't followed it. But so he said that she's apparently going to plead guilty to that. So her daughter is a nightmare.
Wow.
That's not good. Uh-oh. Yeah, Shirley, sometimes they will that if you type too many words, they cut you off.
Oh.
She said, I just typed a long detailed thing and it evidently was too long. Damn, failures wiped out the community. I raised my kids, the community I raised my kids in wiped out 2 small towns.
It's awful. That's in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Morning, Myra.
Yeah,
that's the way I feel fishing and picking. I assume all privileged parents pay to get their kids in the best schools. Yeah. It's just so sad. Those people have been locked in anyway. You know what I mean? It's just the most awful time. Not that there's any good time for flooding, but
right.
It's
Yeah.
It's like the worst time, you know.
yeah.
Oh,
It's like you're expected to stay home, but then you lose your home.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have no home.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of makes social distancing a little bit difficult. Her husband is Massimo Giannulli.
Massimo Giannulli.
It's like these headphones get me.
Beth says, Shirley, that means you just need to come on in person since you have so much to say. That's absolutely true.
Well, there's the link.
So I have a package going out today for a book that I had listed on eBay, and I got a phone call. So I got a phone call, and I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't answer it. And then they left a voicemail, and it's like this guy says, I'm interested in your book on eBay. And normally I would just be like, I'm not even answering, but I don't know, something about the sound of his voice or something. He seemed like a nice old guy. So I called back. So he has this bookstore in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, called the Curious Bookshop. The Curious Bookshop. And he sold a book and couldn't find it. And the only other copy was my copy on eBay. So he wanted to buy it from me. He said, so I thought I would call you because I want to offer you a lower price than you're asking. And I thought, I could offer you the opportunity. If we sold it to me directly, you wouldn't have the eBay fees. And I said to him, I would rather just go through eBay. I'm not a bookshop. I'm just a person selling stuff, and it's easier for me and better for me to just go through the process. But I had the book listed for 60. He offered me 40. I paid the quarter for the thing. I was happy to take 40.
Yeah.
So he got my number by Googling my name and putting it together with my, Donna Pell, last name is Donna Pell. It's not really a common name.
Right.
And he called me. So, we worked it all out. He was going to use his buyer's, he said, he changed his buyer's address on PayPal and all that. And then he said to me, we just chatted for a little while. And he said, I've had a lot of success selling books on Etsy. And I'm like, I never thought, I tried selling some vintage clothes on Etsy and I never had any success at all with that. He said, yeah, he said, take a look at my shop. And so I took a look at his shop and he just has a lot of this same stuff that I have. You know how I talk about the town histories and the local kind of books and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to maybe give that a shot. Toss some of my vintage books over to there because I went and looked at his shop. He has the same kind of stuff. I could see that he's had like 675 sales. You can't see what his things have sold for, though. You can't see sold prices on Etsy.
There's a tool for that. It's called Flipper Tools. I don't know if it's I don't think it's an extension. I think it's a website. And you can go in. Katie and Vicky use it a lot when they're doing their sold videos. They'll post, and that's how they find out what when they're doing their sold videos. They'll say, well, this is what. They'll go into Flipper Tools, and then they will put the link in for for Etsy, and it'll show them what it sold for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you do that.
At first, I thought it was some kind of an eBay, test to see.
Yeah.
But I think it was just this guy and his. Yeah, I get the feeling he's like an old guy who dealt. I don't know because I'm an old gal, so I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of people that
like to deal over the phone.
They would rather talk to the person.
Yeah.
Rather than message them back and forth and everything. So
since he said, I really need the tracking number. I said, oh yeah, I buy my shipping through eBay, so you'll get the tracking number. Oh, thanks, Hank. Hank dropped that link in the chat. So yeah, I think he just felt more comfortable because if you email you're waiting to send your package out to your buyer, but if you have to buy it and then wait,
Yeah.
So it just was funny. It's the first time I've ever had anybody call me on the telephone.
What's wrong, Sally?
Hank, no laughing at me.
Well, with my hearing aids, my headphones should sit at the top of my ears like this.
Yeah.
And I got too much space there.
Okay.
I need a bigger head.
I don't think you need any bigger of a head than you already have.
I do,
Your head
though.
is big enough.
I do. Look at all that space.
I know. Well,
and these are completely down.
Yeah, but they're not going to sit. The headphones. Mine doesn't sit like that.
I know, but like it's because I have a mic at the top of my ears.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the ear, not at the bottom.
Yeah.
So whenever I put them all the way down, I hear buzzing.
Oh, okay.
Because
gotcha.
I have two mics right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. So you're getting like a little reverb type of thing going on. Gotcha.
Yep.
I understand.
It's a little bit annoying, but
yeah,
I mean, I could deal with it, but it's just if I had a bigger head. Then
if I only had a bigger head.
Well, I'm thinking like if I could put a block, like, you know what I mean? Like put a block right here.
Yeah.
In between my head and the headphones, and then they would sit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then it would just look stupid.
We just call you Blockhead. Oh my gosh.
Put a bra across the top of your head and then put the headphones on.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Yeah, tit head.
Mm-hmm.
I like being tit head.
Oh man.
Thrifty Pickers backstage.
Okay.
Yeah, like a piece of foam. That's what I need. Like a piece of foam to sit right there. Huh.
Lori.
Now my wheels are turning.
I don't know.
Hi, Lori.
Lori.
Hello, Lori.
Lori, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
It takes me a minute.
Okay.
It has all these little boxes that pop up. It says join with audio down here in the corner, and then another box that pops up says join with computer audio. I'm like, well, okay, whatever.
You feel better today? Weren't you the one that was sore yesterday morning?
No, I
or
had
was it Monday?
I had the sleep thing.
Oh.
Yeah, which they sent me. I got to go tonight for my study. They did. She said normally we do this in 2 parts.
Yeah.
When she looked in my throat, she says, "Oh no, you come back tomorrow night. We're going to do the study. We're going to get you set up for a CPAP right away." Normally it takes a while, so she said it's pretty bad. She said something about the inside of my throat looking really tight, whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I mean it's just your airway. It's just your airway that's.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that happens. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. You wouldn't think that like a really super skinny person would need a CPAP.
Mm-hmm.
You would suspect like a heavier person
right.
to need a CPAP, but yeah, that's not.
That's what she said. It doesn't differentiate.
It
doesn't just have a narrow airway.
Yeah.
It's just how you're made, and as you get older, your airway gets a little flappier, and that's just how it is,
Yeah. Lots of things get flappier as you get older.
No doubt about it.
So did they put you on? What did they do? Like halfway through the sleep, they put you on the machine?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been yet, so I go tonight.
Oh,
for
you
that.
haven't been? Oh, I thought you had your
just-
sleep study.
I just went for the consultation yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday morning, and I went in there 5 minutes. She said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow night. We're not gonna wait." Okay.
Yeah.
So she said, "I haven't." She said, "That's pretty bad." And then she gave me a singular for my sinuses. She said those are really bad. So I was like, "Well, yeah, I know that." So she gave me another thing to shoot up my nose, like it's stronger than Flonase, and I can't even pronounce it. So I'm not even gonna try. It's about that long.
Oh wow.
Hey, bum crack.
Make
I
you
know-
feel like you're doing brain surgery through your nose or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but that
You know-
explains why I fall asleep at the drop of a hat. So.
Oh, yeah. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel
Yeah.
when you use the CPAP. I know in my sleep study, they woke me up halfway through and said, and then put me on the CPAP machine. And then they spent the rest of the night working with the levels of air pressure.
Right. So I think that's what they're going to do tonight. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have any caffeine or nothing like that afternoon. So
They'll get you all fixed up.
right.
They wire you up. They put these stuff in your hair and all over your body, and they wire you up and they connect you all. And then they say, "Have a good night's sleep." And
And
you're
I'm
like,
going to be like, I have to pee.
Meanwhile, you feel like a cyborg.
yeah, you're like,
I'm going to warn them. I said, whether I drink fluid before or after 7 or not, I have to pee at 3:30 every
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
I wake up having to go to the bathroom. I wake up and then all of a sudden I realize I have to go to the bathroom. So, but every morning about 3:30, and I don't know if it's because I worked all those years doing that and I'm just used to that. It's like an automatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of that company since 2005, but I still wake up at 3:30 every morning.
Huh. Well, I will tell you that having to pee is another way that your body makes you wake up because you're not breathing.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense.
It's like a similar alarm system,
Uh-huh.
and so that's why a lot of people are up and down all night
That's me.
because they think they have to pee, but it's actually because they're not breathing and it's an alarm system.
right.
But it kind of works the same way. I don't know.
First 2 hours into sleeping, I wake up. My eyes just go doing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm awake. So, and I'm blaming it on everything, like the dogs or the cat,
Yeah.
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 But it's just myself telling myself, "Hey, dumbass, wake up! You're not breathing."
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
My body's so special that it does that while I'm awake too.
Well, good. It should help my fatigue level.
Yeah, it will.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
constantly just like, it's like I was over there trying to get ready to come over here, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god, I'm about ready to fall asleep.
The key to it, I mean, really just like anything else that you have to implement into your daily or nightly routine is you got to wear it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have any problem. I won't have any problem with that. I'm not claustrophobic or nothing like that.
Yeah,
So.
you do. You gotta, and you sometimes you have to adjust. Sometimes you have to, kind of fiddle with it and
Yeah.
figure out what works for you. But the biggest thing is just put it on and try to keep it on as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
hopefully it stays on. I wear one of those eye patch thingies for the darkness because I like
Yeah.
it really dark. And I wake up and it's back here on the side of my head, or it's gone, or it's sideways.
You'll probably
Yeah.
take it off in the middle. Like at first I took it off in the middle of the night without even knowing it. I'd go to sleep with it on and I'd wake up with it off in the morning. And it
Yep.
would be like laying nice. It would just be like laying on the side. It's like not as
Mhm.
if it fell off. I
Let
would
your
Or you
eyes
throw it
near your
across the
CPAP.
room, or
yeah. You just have to keep at it.
Yeah. Tie my hands down the side
Yep.
of the chair so I don't take it off. Like,
I mean, I can't sleep without it now.
Me neither. And
Yeah.
and my husband, he used to be really bad, like, because this is his second CPAP that he's had.
Mhm.
And the first one, he didn't wear it all. He probably wore it for maybe 2 days. And he's like, I can't sleep with that thing. And then his second, he went for his second round. He had another sleep study done, same time I did. And he had another CPAP given to him. And he used it because he was getting to the point to where he was like remember he was falling asleep while he was driving.
Yeah.
He was like, on the verge of falling asleep or,
Yeah.
like kind of blacking out, and I said, you gotta do this. You gotta make this work.
Mhm.
So
Morning, Val.
Morning, Texas Val. Yeah, definitely. Hank says, I so wish I had a respiratory therapist like you when she was dealing with the CPAP thing. She gave up on it because she couldn't stand the machine, made her feel like suffocating. Yep.
Oh yeah, my mother did. She gave up
That
on it
happens
too.
that happens a lot.
and the suffocating thing, if you feel like you're suffocating, maybe you're not getting enough air. Like maybe the airflow needs to be more.
Another
Mhm.
trick to it is to put it on while you're awake. So you're sitting in your chair watching
Right.
TV,
You're
hook the
getting
machine
used
up,
to it.
put it on. You get used to it being on your face. You get used to it. And there's so many different masks. You could try different masks to find
Mhm.
one that, like, I went through a few different masks before I find one that felt light enough and felt comfortable enough.
Mhm.
So it's a,
And there's a lot of people that can do the nose pillows, but
yeah, I can't use them.
there's a lot of people that are like, that's the only thing that I'm using. If I have to I ain't doing one of those masks. And to tell you the truth, the full mask is probably the better option.
I just can't. It seems like, because I remember when I was there, you gave me one of those sleep pillow things,
Mhm.
and the nose pillows, and I could not get that to work. It just would not. I have to have a full mask.
Yeah.
I do, because I breathe through my mouth. And I
Yeah.
had my first study, they woke me up in the middle of the night and said to put the thing on, and then they put the nose pillows on, and then they came back in about an hour and said, we're gonna have to put the mask on and I said, why? He said, because you sleep with your mouth open. And I said to him, how do you know that? He said, we're in another room watching you the whole
Yeah,
time you're
they're watching
sleeping.
you.
I'm like, oh geez.
That's why
Which
whenever
they hear and see
Charming.
everything you do.
Yes.
that's why they tell you whenever you need to get up to go to the bathroom, just sit up
Just
and wink
say,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather not know. And they were like watching me more.
I talk in my sleep. I have full conversations with people. I don't even know what I'm talking. Teresa said she'll walk through the room, jabbering away. Oh, it's about this size by this size, and then it goes over here.
I'm afraid if I took one of those studies, I'd reach down and scratch my ass or something.
I know. Like, what are you doing?
No wonder
in
he
your
can't sleep. He's got itchy butt.
Or farting. Can you imagine? I mean, they probably hear all kinds of noises when they're.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I assumed that they were watching monitors or something. I didn't realize they were watching me. And they filmed the whole thing so they can go back in case they do anything.
If I ever went back into respiratory, I would want to go into the sleep study part of it. I think I would really enjoy that. Yeah.
I told
Maggie be asleep and they come in and said, now who's Herman and why does his chest hair look so good? Did she talk about Herman? Just kidding, Maggie, you wouldn't do that. Valerie, she would dream. What's his name? Travis?
Yes.
No.
Lance.
Be like, oh, Lance.
Lance. plans.
Holding her pillow. Yeah.
Yep. I do that every night.
Girl's got a dream.
That's right. That's right. He's out there somewhere. He's waiting for me.
Yep.
So,
Be an
yeah.
interesting night. Probably the best night of sleep I've ever had.
Yeah, just make sure that you don't take a nap today. Just wear yourself out.
They said no caffeine afternoon.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm drinking Sprite. Zero. Or water.
Yeah, definitely wear yourself out so you sleep good, but then also you don't want to do anything that you wouldn't normally do to alter. You want to kind of go in natural,
Right. That's why I'm over here working, because I'm not tempted to sit in my chair over there. So
Right. Yeah.
Everything will work over here all day.
If you need any help, I'm here.
Okie dokie.
I used to set them up at 10, 15 up a day, and so yeah, definitely if you need any help. I love that part of respiratory. That to me, that's an interesting part, and it's just like it's almost kind of I mean, you're literally saving people's lives while they're sleeping. It's just I don't know. It's rewarding to me. And I've seen the effects of one guy came in and he was purple because he did not have oxygen. I mean, he was not breathing good. Even while he was up and around, he wasn't breathing good. You could just tell he was struggling. And he came in 6 weeks later, and I was floored because he looked like a completely different person. He had lost weight. He wasn't purple anymore. He had a good skin tone. I mean, he just looked like night and day, basically. Yeah, so I've definitely seen the effects of it.
I know one thing. When I was there yesterday, they had the mannequin heads and had 3 different types of masks. And the one, when I looked at it, I automatically started hearing Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone in my head. I thought
now that must have been the full mask.
Yeah,
where
it was. I was like,
I don't
get a helmet too. It says Maverick.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how people wear those because I couldn't have. I don't like air in my face. I don't like the window down. I'm not, my head out the window type of person. I don't like that. And so, I just don't understand. But there's a lot of people that they like that mask because they don't have to do a whole lot of the, moving around and adjusting the mask and everything. It's a little easier. So
I looked at that. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And now instead of having the Velcro, they have for the straps they have magnetic. So it's really kind of cool.
Really, Sally?
We can hear your conversation.
What conversation?
I don't know. Whoever you're talking
magnetic
to.
Straps.
Are you talking to
I'm
us?
talking to you guys.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought you were talking to Brandon. I was like,
I did too. I was like,
No, the straps on the CPAP.
yeah.
We don't want to hear about Brandon's straps.
Right. Yeah.
it's just like a.
But yeah, there is a magnetic strap on some of them.
It's like a toy that Brandon uses when he's. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Never mind.
I just wish they would tell us more about, I have a little, there's like a smart card and it automatically sends information to the respiratory therapist. And then I'll get a text message back saying, congratulations, you're compliant with your, but I don't understand the numbers it tells me on the thing. Like it tells me how many, the AHI and I don't understand what those readings mean. Like it tells me.
Do you have an app?
I don't.
Oh, well, mine has an app. If you go on the back of your machine, there should be
like a QR code, isn't it?
It's all, I mean, it's probably about.
Mine's through ResMed.
Mine's ResMed. It's a.
Then you should be able to get an app on your phone.
Does it have does it look like a little antenna on it, on the back of it? Do you remember?
No, it doesn't.
No. Okay.
And it just has this little dial that when you turn it off in the morning, you can turn it down and scroll it down to see these numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
AHI and your.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it, I don't know what it all means. Like I wish I knew what it all meant, but I don't have an app. Wait, I'm going to go look at the thing and see if it has a model number.
Go look, because you'll put in the back the number that's on the back of your machine and into your app and connect it, and you should be able to get onto an app on your phone, and it'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, so your AHI is your apnea-hypopnea index, and it's just it's a scale. I'm gonna be truthful. I couldn't remember what it was. But it is basically how well your machine is doing. So it's more of a. It's telling you, because you still can have apneas even if you're wearing a CPAP. They're just going to be decreased.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, like now I only have 2 or 3 a night that I think.
Yeah.
The last time I checked it anyways. But before I had several, like hundreds an hour.
Yeah.
Right. It gives me my AHI, and then it gives me my total AI and my central AI, whatever that means. And then it gives me events per hour. Which is 10.6.
Okay.
Which I feel like that's like high.
No.
No?
No.
That's good.
That's good.
I mean, I don't know. It has a device number and stuff on the back. I'll have to see.
It's called My Air.
Oh, it says My Air on the thing. Yeah, it says My Air on the thing.
That's what my app is called.
It's for your phone?
Yeah, you can run with your number, your I guess it'd be your serial number on your machine.
Mm-hmm.
You can put that into the app, and you can kind of see, you can see basically the same numbers that you're seeing on the machine itself, but you can see it on the app, and maybe it'll give you a little more instruction or
insight into what it means.
Yeah. Worth a try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm downloading it now. Morning, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
All right. Is that the end of the medical hour?
Yeah. Let's talk about reselling.
Todd's getting bored. He doesn't want to talk about CPAPs.
No, I got to do all that.
I know. That's why you don't want to talk about it, because
it's
weighing on your mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, me and Sally, we both agree that my mother could have definitely used a CPAP, and it was just a shame that she never I don't think it was as popular at that time. So, huh?
Anyway.
Sally?
Hello.
You are out of here.
She's gone.
I don't know what happened, but adios. Come back soon. But yeah, definitely if you have any issues, if you have a CPAP and you have any issues, I haven't done it for like 4 years, but I still have some of the information up above, so you can always pick my brain. But yeah, that would definitely be a place that I would want to work if I ever got back into respiratory.
Well, it's a big thing. I mean, a lot of people
have it. I wouldn't work for another company like I did, just because I didn't like the way they did business. But Sally, I can't see your picture.
Do we know if it's really Sally?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, because
I just can't see you. There you are.
I think my internet is like being wonky right now.
Huh.
Because at first my
glitchy.
Yeah, you're a glitcher.
No.
Damn.
Maybe.
That's a garbage truck and not somebody running into somebody's house. That's loud.
Hey, we just picked up the whole house. We didn't pick up the garbage. We just
like, boom.
Get to the chase here.
Let me
yeah,
try
you're
something.
Just really good. You know what was so weird last night? It was probably, I think it was like right before I went to bed. So probably around 11:30, between 11:30 and 12. And I was sitting outside, and all of a sudden, just for like a split second, everything went black. Like everything. It was just complete darkness. And I thought, was that me, or did I black out, or because it was freaky. I don't know. I was like, okay, what happened here? Did I pass out? Did I die? Or what happened? And I guess the power went out. So
wow,
it was pretty crazy. Usually we don't get like outages and stuff like that.
The hell's wrong with that truck? You hear that?
Got some square wheels.
It's a rear. Boo, 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 boo. From the Flintstones or what? Lord.
We get a crazy, because I mean you can hear the trains coming through, and especially like Tina, she was like, my God, do the trains ever stop here at night? And I said, no, that's like their busy time. She goes, you got one going. I mean, she said, it just seems like it's a nonstop train going through. But sometimes I swear it sounds like they got square wheels on, because it is so loud. The house is shaking, and it's crazy.
I'm trying to stay in, but I don't know.
Okay. Well,
you're here for now, so that's a good thing.
Stick around. You'll be fine.
Some guy messaged me about that Seiko watch. He says, sell me the bracelet. I'm like, no. It's a watch for one, and I'm not taking it apart. It's like, okay, people are just like rude sometimes. Sell me the bracelet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss my foot.
Yeah, exactly. Kiss
Yeah.
my grits. Mm-hmm. As Flo would put it.
Yeah, kiss my grits.
Mm-hmm. Beth says, I didn't want a roommate at eBay open because I snore, but couldn't afford a single room. My roommate said she was so exhausted that she never heard me. Well, you made out like a bandit on that one. All right, go to your doctor's appointment. Good vibes. Paddle on. Have a great day. You know, I was doing my reset this morning, and you know, just kind of going through everything, and you know, kind of doing my normal thing. But I thought, you know what? 4 years ago, I didn't know nothing. You know, and me and Todd were kind of talking a little bit earlier. You know, we've all taught each other so much about reselling, about the computer. You know, Beth, she has such really good ideas on, you know, using the computer, even just the eBay site to do so many more things than I ever thought it would, you know, would or could do. You know, I've just never been one to go start pushing buttons. What does this do? You know, because I'm afraid it's going to delete everything or whatever. So, but you know, she's really put some insight on, you know, the things that you can do to, you know, improve your business, improve your time, your efficiency, your, you know, all of that goes along with having your business. So
yeah,
I think that's great. No, Tom, she doesn't know everything. She probably knows more than I do, but you know, I think it's great that over the last 4 years since we've been having the show, you know, just the level of learning has definitely been worth it, you know, for me. So thank y'all.
yeah, it's amazing what you learn.
Yeah, I mean, just talking and you know, hanging. I know that we don't hang out as much as we used to, but at least, you know, it's something. And you know, I look forward to seeing everybody in the morning, and that's why I enjoy having it in the morning. It kind of just gets my day started. Most definitely. So, let's see what's going on here.
This is very cool. So now I'm in this website that tells me, I guess it can't tell me anything because I just I thought, Nikki. It's not showing me any information. So I guess it can't pull stuff from my machine until I actually created the account. So I guess it will start doing that going forward. Yeah. I guess
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you through my TV.
Through your TV?
Weird.
Now you're on TV?
Yeah, I don't have headphones on. See, and I can hear you too.
Good.
Because I have my hearing aids on.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
It's like I'm a whole new person.
Yeah. There you go.
My internet is keeping in and out though.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. So
that's what Teresa's hoping with this CPAP machine, that I won't be so grouchy.
It's possible.
It is possible.
I said, well, I don't get enough sleep. I said, I'm always tired. And that, you know, that affects your motivation too.
Yeah.
So, because I used to be, even though I've got, you know, ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, I still, it's like I have slowed down considerably to what I used to be. So,
Right.
so hopefully I'll be a whole new person after all this.
And there's actually studies that actually relieves a lot of the ADHD, the OCD, the you know, a lot of those like compulsive behavior disorders. You know, yeah, it can help a lot. It can really help a lot of different areas. I mean, just the fact that when you sleep, your body automatically is when a person sleeps, whether it's nighttime, daytime, whatever, when you're sleeping, your body releases hormones, essential hormones in your body. And then, but then when you're not sleeping well, that kind of is almost a blocker for the release of those hormones because you're not sleeping well, you're waking up all the time. So you're kind of interfering with that process, and then you don't get the hormones, and so you're, you know, it's a whole life thing, you know. So pretty crazy. It affects a lot of different things. So
the only OCD thing I have is I don't like plastic hangers mixed with metal hangers. I don't even like metal hangers.
I do not. Yeah. Okay. So I don't do metal hangers. Period.
There's a Joan Crawford movie where she beats her daughter with a wire. No.
Yeah.
The only good thing a metal hanger is for is to take it apart and use it for something else. That's the only thing I have.
That is true. I would agree with that. I would much rather have a wire hanger in my car than in my closet.
Yeah. And I use it to fish wires through walls and stuff like that, but I won't use it to put clothes on. I hate them.
Yeah, I'm glad they still make wire hangers because I use them for everything.
Hey,
that there fence is falling down. We'll wrap a wire hanger around it.
There you go.
That there car part is falling off. We'll wrap a wire hanger around it.
Yeah.
Just
or
like
if you don't have a wire hanger, you need some duct tape.
Duct tape, or what do they call it, muffler strap?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I've used a hanger to put my Jeep muffler back in place till I got home. So hey, that was a redneck fix. Oh, I was just looking.
Telling me that YouTube closed my connection.
What?
Why?
What?
So I can't see the chat at all.
Just crazy.
Nope.
I don't know why.
Believe it or not, wire hangers actually sell on eBay. I still don't want them.
Yeah.
It's like
There we go.
those things kind of multiply.
I know, you get up with one and somewhere there's 10. It's like, what the hell? I can't stand it if there's all my plastic hangers are hanging. If there's one metal hanger stuck in there and I walk by it, I turn right back around, go in the laundry room and take it out. I think Teresa does that to me just to see if I'm paying attention because she knows I hate them. These don't know. And I throw it out of my shop. I said, that's the only place those need to be, not in with the clothes. I hate them. Because they leave them little thingies in the shoulders of your shirts, or they'll
sweater nipples.
Yep, looks like you got gross up on your shoulders.
Yeah.
It's not a cyst, it's a hanger mark.
Yeah. For my shirts, I wear a lot of like polo with collar shirt. I don't like the plastic hangers with a little notch at the top for the straps. You know, some of them Some of the
Oh,
plastic
yeah.
ones have a notch cut out to
Yeah.
put like a tank top or I don't know, for straps.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't like those because when I'm trying to get my shirt off in the morning, I'm still half asleep. It hangs on that thing, and then you pull half of the shirts in your closet out trying to get one.
I actually saw a really cool idea about kind of like interlacing hangers together and stretching them, and then making like a lattice.
Wire
Right.
hangers?
Yeah.
I could use a few wire hangers now. I got my my garden out there in those felt bags, grow bags, and the outside cat keeps laying in it.
Oh.
Oh God.
I got two, and they keep squishing down the sides, and I don't have all the. I've only got like 3 tomato guards. You know, those things you put around your tomatoes.
Yeah.
I thought I keep putting sticks up to try to keep the sides up. I'm thinking, what? So
I guess if you pull them into like a diamond shape,
yeah.
Sally, that you make the lattice that way if you pull the hanger
I don't
into a
know.
diamond shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank, I like velvet hangers.
Regular hangers would rust out real fast outside. You gotta use galvanized.
Yeah, Patty, first world problems. It's true.
Right.
In Queen City, I need therapy. Well, yeah. You just now figuring that out?
I'm trying to find my password for that stupid because I haven't added it. I didn't add it to my phone yet because this is a phone. And so
for what app?
The My Air.
Oh. They should have told me about that when I got the machine. And they never said anything.
Well, I know to look now when I get mine.
But I've got all new medical insurance as of June 1st. So I guess I'll need to find a all new doctors.
Sally's all frozen with a funny look on her face.
Yeah. Tom says Hank doesn't have indoor plumbing, but she has velvet hangers. Hey, priorities. I did watch, speaking of reselling, which I know we don't like to talk about here. I watched eBay for Business does like a weekly YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked again about managed payments because everybody has so many questions. And they definitely confirmed that. I wrote notes. Now I'm trying to read them. Oh, they talked a lot about item specifics. Oh, they talked about item specifics that they are going to really beef up. You know how, because I hate item specifics, but you know how when you're doing a listing, you'll see the item specifics and it'll tell you how many people search for that different specific. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot more of that showing in the listing, which item specifics are most searched for per item. And they also talked about Terapeak. Like now, if you want to look something up on Terapeak, you go to Seller Hub and research. And they're going to start integrating it right into the listing so that when you're doing a listing, you'll be able to see pricing information, historical pricing information about that item in the listing so that you won't have to go out to a separate thing. And then when they talked about managed payments, that the monthly invoice for the insertion and stores fees will continue to happen monthly. So we talked about whether all that will be integrated into a per transaction charge, and it won't be.
So the store subscription and FedEx shipping fees and stuff like that will still come monthly, but each individual item selling will go into payouts.
Right. So that when you create the listing, when you get the payout, your final value fee will come right off of it.
Mm.
But there was your insertion fees and your store fees will add monthly, and they are integrating the shipping fee to come out per item. Moving toward the per item fee that will be in place in July. So by the time we're all in it in July, and then they're working to use your proceeds to pay for the shipping labels. But I don't think that's happening right now. But that should all be in place by the time we all go in July, because I think everybody's going to be dumped in July.
Yeah, July 15th.
Yeah, but no matter, and then returns are going to come out of your balance. So if you've got a return and you don't have, say you've just gotten a payout, and then you have a return, that'll just put your account in the negative balance. So your sales as they come in will kind of swallow that up. And if you don't have any sales for a sustained period, they can eventually go into your bank account, but they won't do that as a first. They'll let your incoming sales kind of take up the balance. They won't immediately go into your bank account for returns. I think that was it.
Not after everybody's in. Do you even need to have one after that?
What's that?
A PayPal account.
No.
Well, I mean, not for eBay, but I mean, if you're buying stuff, if you're buying stuff with PayPal, that's an option, to keep a little bit of money in there, I guess.
I think people.
Because I have never added money to my eBay account from a bank account or anything like that.
Right.
Everything I've ever had in PayPal was from eBay sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
they're going to have. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think people just have to get used to a new way of doing things. I think you're so used to having that PayPal and having that balance, and people, I think there are people who like to I keep certain money in PayPal.
Right.
So that if certain things happen, there's money sitting in there. And I think that's what worries people, because in this managed payment, you have no choice. You have to take the payout.
Right.
So what about their shipping when you go to ship through eBay? Because I ship through the eBay. Is that going to still come from PayPal, or will that come from the balance?
It will come from your balance.
Okay.
Yeah, because PayPal is not going to have anything to do with managed payments.
Okay, cool.
Other than the customer will be able to purchase through their PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way PayPal is.
So I wonder if, like, say they have an issue, normally they go through eBay for returns. Well, if they don't get satisfied there, they normally go through PayPal chargeback. I wonder if they can still gonna be able to do that.
No.
Okay, well, that's good.
Well, yeah, wouldn't they be if they paid with PayPal?
Well, they could on their end, but it doesn't affect you on your end. They talked about that. They said that you have one point of contact for returns, and that is eBay, and that you won't even know how that money came. You won't know if it was PayPal. You won't know if it was Google Pay or Apple Pay. You will have no idea on the back end how that happened. So if they do a chargeback through PayPal, you would get something from eBay saying there's a return or an issue, but you won't know that it was a PayPal chargeback. You just won't know. You'll have just that one point of reference with eBay, that you'll have to deal with.
I foresee many glitches in our futures with this. Jeez, I'm not looking forward to it.
It'll be fine.
I don't know. I've used the Amazon. To me, it's just like the Amazon payment system, and
Yeah.
I've used that for years with absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
My sales money gets dumped in there. My transaction money gets dumped out. The only thing with the PayPal is with Amazon is they also automatically remove that the monthly
thing that
fee
I'm
from the balance.
One thing I'm probably going to do is connect I'm going to keep my PayPal, but I'm going to connect my bank account that I just opened to my PayPal so that I can pull money out to my PayPal.
That's what I'm going to do. That way I can leave it in there in the PayPal in case I want to buy something, or if there is some sort of issue or something, there's something to cover that. So
I never use my PayPal balance to buy anything. If I use PayPal to buy something personally, I just connect it to my, it just pulls the money out of off my credit card or my bank account. Like I never keep money in PayPal for personal purchases. But if you do, then yeah, it's good to just make that connection.
Well, I use my PayPal.
I think it would be good. I think it would be good to have that like as a backup for like buying, say like at a thrift store or whatever, you're sourcing, you pull that money out to go sourcing and you can use your PayPal card to purchase.
Right.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I use a different credit card for that.
Hello, get it.
What?
What'd you sell?
I've sold 3 things so far.
Since we've been on?
God.
Yeah. Just in the last 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
What'd you do?
I reset my store.
I didn't have anything. I didn't sell not one thing yesterday until it was probably, I don't know, 6 o'clock. All of a sudden I got 3 sales all back to back. I'm like, what the heck? Did they turn my light on? And I've been listing too, because I've been working on these Stampin' Up stamps. I bought, well, hello.
Are you ending and restarting all your items once a week?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just so afraid I'm gonna lose shit.
I have a process.
Okay, what do you do?
So my process, I'll show you.
Okay.
Let me get here and see. So I make a list and I go through, okay, let me show you what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can.
Can you put it to where it just shows you?
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
On speaker view.
Okay. But I don't know how to make it me. Hello, check. Am I on?
You are on mine.
Okay.
I see
on?
Sal. There she is.
I know. I see.
I see you.
Let me look here. Okay. I think I got it.
Mhm.
All right. So this is what I do. So I go down the list. And I just make a list, and so I go from, I just start at 1 to 200, and here I have end, then I have sell similar, and then I have delete, and I go through each one, and I go back and check my balance, my total every time before I delete it to make sure that it, everything is up to date, and I just go through. It takes a while to do it, but yeah.
So you're ending and sell similaring?
Yeah. Yep.
I do that with some of my older listings. I've not done my whole store like that. Just a lot of my older stuff from way back. If it's a year old or older, I'll go back and end it and then go through like 15 of them and sell similar, then go and delete them. Kind of almost like the same thing, just not in that mass amount. So a few at a time. And that way I don't get overwhelmed with, did I end those? Because if I get interrupted, I'm like, did I do that?
Yeah.
And it does work when you do that, because it brings them back up to it gives them a whole new product number or listing number, whatever, item number, and puts it up where it says newly listed items in the search. So I mean, it does work.
Yeah. You just, for me, because I was afraid that I would lose, listings also. And I think, I think you just have to be very careful about, you can't be too quick, and you have to give yourself enough time to do it. And I just go, 200 each time, and I just go through and do it. I don't know if that's the right way or not, but
well, it seems to be working.
That's what I've been doing. And Thursday is actually a really good day for me to do that, because the weekend coming, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why I've had pretty decent sales for the weekend. So I don't know. And then after I do all of that, then I go and I do my promoted listings on everything, and then I go and do a sale, and the promoted listings last for a week, and then the sale lasts for a week, and yeah. And and the reason why I'm doing that is because of all the listings that eBay is giving us.
Yeah.
I figured that was a good way to utilize those listings and to maybe clear some stuff out. So, and I'm also accepting offers, and a lot of those offers are, I keep in mind, and mainly it's clothing, but I just keep in mind, I gotta move this stuff.
Right.
So as long as I can get what I paid for it, double what I paid for it, that's kind of what I keep in mind. And just, yeah. And so I'll accept. I don't really like to accept offers for less than $10, but I will.
If I've had it long enough, I will.
Yeah, because I just want to get it. I just want to get it out. I need to move more stuff and get it out of my hair, get it out of my inventory, so I can add stuff to it. So that's kind of my theory. I don't know. Seems to be working. So let's see here. Yeah. And then I've also been doing the on Poshmark, Nicole State. There's a plug for Nicole State. But I've also been doing when I get a like on Poshmark, I will go to the bundle, and I create a bundle. And
that's what I do. I've been doing that for, yeah.
I remember you said that a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while ago that you said you did it. And then Nicole State said that she was getting a lot more sales doing it that way.
And you don't have to offer that shipping discount.
Right. Right. So and normally I'll give them a pretty good pretty good chunk of a discount when I do that, because I do know that, you know, they're going to have to pay 7-Eleven for shipping.
Right.
So I give them a pretty good discount.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know that it's working, because Poshmark's really slowed down for me. But I don't know.
Yeah. It's slowed down for me.
So I just try to keep working it. Keep up my sharing.
That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always open to, you know, trying something a little bit different, and you know, whatever way I can get some sales, that's, you know, as long as I'm not breaking the law or anything, then I'll try it. Because I need
Sounds
to.
good, sister.
I need to get this stuff out. I need to move this stuff.
You got to move it, move it. You got to move it.
So.
Yeah, I liked it. Was that the video you watched of hers that she just did recently?
Yeah.
I mean, she talked about something that I struggle with all the time, in that you tend to think about what you paid for an item instead of looking at the overall picture. I've been trying to do my calculation of my cost of goods differently this year. Instead of, I would enter every item into a spreadsheet and what I paid for it and blah, blah, blah. So now I'm just entering what I bought, what I paid for so many items. So instead of entering each individual item, I go in and I write, you know, Goodwill spent $30 on 20 items, and that's how much per item, instead of that I paid $10 for this item and $1 for this item. And over the course, of course, I haven't spent a dime on any inventory since March, whatever, but up till then, my average cost of goods was actually about $2.35 for each item averaged out. And she said, if you look at it that way, you can say to yourself, well, I'm going to sell this for $18 because I'm going to get, you know, after fees, I'll get 15 out of it. And I paid $2.35 for it on the average.
Right.
And that it helps your mindset to just move stuff. Because
I do agree with that.
Yeah, and I do too. It helps me to look at it that way, because I tend to get hung up on that.
Yeah, because I mean, really, there's just like at the Goodwill that I go to in St. Joe, their prices are a little bit higher, but they have, you know, they have better brands, and I can find a lot better brands there than I can at my local thrift store. But on the average, I mean, I haven't figured it out or anything like that, but because I don't do numbers well, or, you know, trying to figure out, but I know that on the average, I would say each piece that I have, I probably paid $3 for. There's some that's going to be more.
Right.
Like $5.99.
Right.
And then there's going to be other stuff that's in the mix also that I got from the bag sale, or I got from the bins, or I got, you know, from wherever. And so there's a lot of different prices in there. But I know I would say on the average, each piece is an average of, I would say, around $3.
Right.
So that's kind of what I base it on.
Yeah.
And I try to think of that number rather than, not so much if it's a good piece, and from comps, looking at comps, and I know that it's a good brand like Anthropologie. That's a saturated market, Anthropologie, but
Right.
there are some really good pieces out there.
Right.
And I know that I can get, $30 or $40 for it. But I'm also open to offers too.
Right.
So I think you kind of just have to mix it up, and but you can't get hung up on that high price. I'd rather sell it and move it.
And move on. Yep. Yeah. I completely agree. I do. Because
OJ, what are you talking about? Will you do that for my stores, Valerie? No.
he wants you to come refresh his store.
No. It's hard enough for me to do it for mine.
Yeah. There's value in moving this stuff out. There's value in just getting rid of it, and there's value in keeping sales going in your store. I believe that it helps it helps your store visibility if you've got stuff moving.
Right.
And it just helps to just look at that bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, like I know if I put something in my closet that's torrid, I would hold out for a little while because I know it's going to sell fairly quickly for a decent amount.
Sure.
Versus if I put something in the store that's like
Maurice's,
Yeah.
I mean, Maurice's is a good brand, but it doesn't go for a whole lot.
Right.
So yeah, and I try to keep that, I'm the same way. I do get hung up on, like, by God, I'm gonna get $50 for this item. I don't care what happens. I'll keep it for 3 years if I have to. I don't want to do that.
And then you've had it, and you have it for 4 months in your store, and you're like, I gotta get rid of this right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then an offer comes up, and it's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I need some sales. Depends on how hungry you are too.
Sold.
Yeah, OJ, that it's a process, and I'm scared that I'm going to lose listings, and that's why I have to be meticulous about where I'm at, and I have to make sure that everything's in order, and so I don't lose anything. And it took, when did I start? I started this morning working on it. It didn't take that long. It probably took about an hour.
Yeah.
To go from start to finish. But I know, like today should be a pretty good sale day. And I just wing it. And I'll do that once, as long as the 50,000 listings or whatever are out there, I'll utilize that. But after that's all over, then I won't do that anymore. And I'll probably see a big difference.
I'm checking answer E, none of the above. I don't keep track of anything. I don't do any promoteds. I don't do relists. No. I'm too lazy. I don't have to.
Yeah.
You can't make me.
I think you sell different items too.
Yeah.
I think clothing, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And clothing, you just have to.
It's such a saturated market.
Yeah.
Just so many people selling clothing. And that's another reason why I try to get into other things, dabble in different things other than clothing, because I think that kind of helps my whole store in a whole, having a few different items. So, but the majority of what I have is clothing and jewelry. I have a lot of jewelry. Seen a lot of jewelry. Sally's head popped up. Like, what? What are you doing?
More jewelry?
Busted. Yes, I have more jewelry coming in. Sally shaking her head. Oh, God.
I won't get to this jewelry I got from John, except I'll go ahead and list the sterling, but everything else is just going to sit. I get to it when I get to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I intend on making lots and selling it, but it's like, it can sit there. I got
That's
tons
okay. I
of
have
video
another Cindy
games
box
still
coming.
left. Another Cindy box coming.
What, Sally?
I have another Cindy box coming.
Do you
Nice.
really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh. Somebody's addicted. Somebody can't talk. Somebody can't say nothing.
People who live in glass houses should not throw stones.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, I think I have 3. No. I have 5 more orders coming from Goodwill.
Wow.
But they're not, I think there's 2 that are like, like the bulk, but there's I think there's like 3 that are just smaller lots of items.
Mm.
I think I have a silver lot coming. And then there's a couple of other lots, but they're probably like a total of like 5 pieces rather than 50 pieces
Yeah.
of stuff. So I would rather do that than have a bunch of. I have so much like, and I'm going to call it junk jewelry, but it's not. It's technically not junk jewelry. There's another sale.
Holy moly.
It's technically not junk jewelry. It's jewelry that I'm not gonna sell because it's either not it's not wearable, and I'll put those in craft lots and I'll sell those. That was a brooch.
Rita has 3 orders coming from ThreadUp.
Good for you.
Yeah. Jason says some resellers show how selling quickly and reinvesting makes more money than sitting and waiting for the full retail buyer. That's probably true. That's true.
Okay. And then I don't know. I think you just have to do what you can do. I've been really looking into either a virtual assistant or hiring somebody to do some listing. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but it's something that may be in the mix for me, just because I need more stuff.
Yeah.
I need more listings to come through that I can put up. So, let's see. Rita said, just because you told me I couldn't go to the thrift store doesn't mean I can't shop at a thrift store online. That's true. That is very true.
You got right around that, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I got bags sorted like this. I've got bracelets and necklaces. And I thought, do I sell them like this, as is, or what?
I thought you were going to have
I am going to have a jewelry show. But I've also got bags like this that's already been sorted into categories, like the bracelet. You know,
That's what I
put that-
do.
just
I've
put that
done
lot-
that several times.
Just put that lot online.
see, I thought about that too. Just put, because I've already gone through and got
Yeah.
out like some of the
Is it all-
vintage pieces and
Is it
that.
all
but I didn't.
bracelets?
This
No,
here is
like-
all different style bracelets. You got there's plastic. There might even be Bakelite in there. I don't know. This piece right here, I'm in question about. I haven't tested it yet, but I don't see a seam on it either. So, but I mean, there's just different. I thought about just putting it on auction,
Yeah.
you know, and letting it go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna the stuff that I've still got stuff that I plan on putting on the jewelry show that I've actually identified and things like that. So
Yeah.
but I've got I got 12 bags of
Yeah.
jewelry that I've
Wow.
sorted like this.
Hmm. Yeah. Just
And I
list
still
it.
have
Just
more
put
to
it.
go.
Put it on auction. That'll definitely, change your store up, change your listings
Yeah.
up a little bit, kind of spice it up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
As I go through and I pull out all the stuff that needs to go into a crack lot, and then that's all wearable stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just I haven't gone through it and identified all of it. So I thought
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll ever have the time to do so. So so that I might just do that. I might just put it on auction.
Yeah.
So just to move it out and get more in.
Yeah.
I think I still got some over there I haven't gone through yet. Oh,
Another
cha-ching.
one.
Get it.
Get it?
Get it, sister.
Woohoo. Right now I've spent
Mm.
$45 on about 75 sets of Stampin' Up stamps.
Hmm.
And I have some she's given me a bag of loose ones and I've made my money back on the loose ones. So all these ones that are in clamshells is all profit. I was like, cool.
No, I didn't hear about that fishing and picking.
What's that?
I don't know what the reason
What
why you
happened?
would get busted
For what?
For what?
for doing a Facebook Live auction. Because you can sell your
Oh,
own
because you don't
stuff.
have an
But
auctioneer's auction.
she's in New Jersey.
So
Because
what
of the
does that mean?
because of the shutdown orders, because the New Jersey governor is I'm not gonna say.
But she was
Yeah.
doing a live stream, right?
Yeah, but the people still have to come to pick it up, and I guess he's got that shut down too.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that's stupid.
But why not? She should have just told him she'd ship it out.
Yep. Or make it so if they're picking it up, make
There's no
them
contact.
do the parking lot thing and message them. You put your item out here, and because she was operating her business after 8 p.m. So it must have been operating after curfew.
But it was in her home.
Mm,
That's kind of crazy. Isn't that going against
I don't know.
rights? That's a little touchy subject. That I would have to throw a fit there myself. It's like what I do in my house is my business.
There was a gym that opened here, and they did a whole thing. They set the thing up, the plastic barriers, the whole thing. They took people's temperatures as they walked in the door. So of course the police came out and gave him a citation, and they
Mm,
were perfectly calm. They had a sign in their window that said "Respect the police" because there were protesters there. Protesters in support of them.
Yes.
And there's a sign on their door saying, respect the police. The police came, it was all very respectful. So the second day they opened, the police came again, cited them again. Then they started handing out citations to anybody who went to the gym. So
Oh,
gym
wow.
patrons. One guy wanted to give him, they asked him his name and address so they could give him his citation, and he refused to give his name, so they arrested him. Perfectly peaceful, but he wouldn't give his name, so he was arrested. So this morning they opened again, and they had mysteriously had a sewer back up into the.
Oh no!
And so now they've been shut down by the New Jersey Department of Health for health reasons because of this.
Oh my gosh! Well, that proves it. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I honestly feel that I no longer live in a free country.
No.
That these governors are shutting people down, destroying their livelihoods. Now, big headline. Well, it wasn't a big headline, but it should have been a big headline that the CDC has come out and said, well, oh, whoops. Oh no, this virus doesn't really transmit by being on surfaces now. How much time did we spend?
It never has. It's always been airborne.
Disinfecting and wiping down because it can live on surfaces. And then if you go into a store and you touch something that some corona sufferer touched 3 hours ago, you could still catch, and now all of a sudden, well, that's not correct anymore. That's not.
It's always been airborne.
So the game is changing. But these governors are still keeping us locked up in our houses.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, and that's the thing is there's just people are going to have to, if they want to fight for this, if they want to fight for the right to party, they are going to have to protest, and they are going to have to make this a big deal, because you're going to have to fight for it.
Yep.
Morning, Mr. Sadie.
People's businesses, people's lives are being destroyed, and I understand there are people dying, but
there's also people dying,
yes,
because of the non-communication, the social aspect of life. You have to have some kind of social life to, and it doesn't mean you have to waller all over each other. You could still be protected. You could still protect yourself. You could do it in a safe way, but people need that, and people are being depressed. I don't know if I would want to know the numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of suicides going on right now.
Absolutely. Morning, Mr. Sadie.
Sadie.
People and
Bill and Dave.
I think people were understanding, to a certain point where, they wanted to protect themselves and their family and everything. And they said, okay, it was almost like, we'll give you a couple of months, but now it's like, we can't do this forever.
No.
We gotta live.
Yep. It was 15 days to slow the spread. Remember, 15 days to slow the spread. That was back in March.
And it's not going to stop because people are still traveling. People are still, going around. I mean, they're going to the store. How could they leave the grocery store open? I understand. People need groceries. They needed supplies. But being 6 feet from somebody, if they're coughing or sneezing, isn't going to, and they did that before they even started wearing the mask.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. And at first, if you recall, go ahead, Todd.
I was just going to say Ford Motor Company reopened a bunch of manufacturing and a bunch of plants, and I had to reclose 2 of them because of COVID cases at those 2 plants. So it's like, it's not going to stop.
No.
Right.
But but it's probably going to have to be like Ford's doing it. You just keep the stuff open you can and shut down the stuff you can't. And that's going to be life until everybody gets a vaccination.
Yep.
You have to learn to live with it. And the New Jersey governor goes on Twitter every day and posts all these things about the numbers and the number. And then he says, look, our numbers are going down. Our numbers are improving, but we can't stop now. Why not? Hello, when can we stop if we can't stop when the numbers are improving? It doesn't make any sense to me. When Florida opened up and people were up in arms calling the governor a murderer and their numbers have also gone down. So they've opened up, they're going to restaurants, they're going about their business, and their numbers aren't going up. So at some point you have to look at that and say, maybe I think they overreacted in an abundance of caution and good intentions. But there comes a point where you have to look and say, well, maybe we were wrong about this. Maybe we could start to back off. And I feel like there are certain governors that are just not backing off. And that scares me.
Yeah.
They're not involved in their legislatures. They're enacting these orders. They're not then following up with the legislature to get approval, or they're just cracking down. One man in each state making all the rules. That terrifies me. That scares me.
Yep.
Yeah, we're busy talking about COVID.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Good morning, Bill.
I know my opinion isn't a popular one, but
no, you can definitely tell that it's taking a toll.
Patty.
It's taking a toll on everybody. Maggie or Patty says, Maggie, I'm not sure how you feel about it. But, nonetheless, I mean, this is going to be in the history books, 20
this
years
whole
from
thing.
now, that's, we survived COVID,
It'll be interesting when we look back to see what all was true and what was not true, We're dealing with this situation in the singing world because there was a webinar that went out that different choral groups participated in that came to the conclusion that we won't be able to sing together for probably 2 years, or at least till a vaccine. There must be a vaccine in place because singers are super spreaders, and they did a whole scenario and charts on how forcefully the particles come out of your mouth when you sing versus when you speak, and it was terrifying. People were like, oh my God, we're not going to be able to sing together. It's, half my life involves around chorus and singing and and it's just scary. So I sat down and I watched the whole webinar. It was hours and hours long. And there was a doctor, like a medical person there, was part of it. But after I watched it, I thought, yeah, that is scary and it's terrifying. And choruses are basing their future plans on this. So now we're getting ready. I'm the chair of my choruses music team. So we're getting ready to sit down and work out a plan of action going forward. We've been doing Zoom rehearsals. We want to look to the future. So I started looking elsewhere, and I have found lots of other doctors, medical professionals who say the opposite. So you're getting fed one point of view. You're getting fed this terrifying, the world is falling apart, keep us locked down point of view. And you're not seeing that there are actual other qualified medical professionals who feel the opposite way.
Right.
And it just alarms me that we are not, you have to go searching for the opposite point of view. It's not laid out for you.
No.
It's not like, here's this point of view and here's that point of view, and maybe we can work in the middle,
Right.
It's just that you're being fed a certain point of view, and that's not the end all and be all, in my opinion. Like at first they told us masks won't protect anybody. And now they're saying, well, everybody should wear masks. And then they said you can get it from walking by the surface that somebody touched 20 hours ago. And now they're saying, oh no, you can't really catch it from it laying on the surface. So what It just drives me crazy.
Yeah. And I agree with you, Bill. That's why I stopped watching the news.
Yeah. And with
I
Mr.
stopped.
Mr. Sadie says they should have protected the old, sick, and vulnerable from the beginning. You know, there's a tale of two cities, New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania. They forced people with the virus back into the nursing homes they came from.
Mhm.
Where in Florida, they separated those people. And there was plenty of space to do it. New York had the whole USS Comfort. They had that, whatever center it was. They could have taken the people who had the virus and then didn't need to be in the hospital situation anymore and sent them to those other places. They forced them back into the nursing homes. That's why there's thousands and thousands of more cases in those cities than there are in others.
And that's another thing that I don't thoroughly I believe that the numbers are wrong in every state, in every instance, because I believe that somebody, you know, if somebody's going in and being tested 1, 2, 3 times, that's counted as one,
3
positive
cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I think the numbers are bullshit.
Yeah. My daughter-in-law was tested 4 times.
Yeah.
He was tested 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was counted as 4 cases.
Yeah.
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 I don't look
was-
at the numbers anymore because I don't believe them.
You
I
can't
think that
trust
they're-
them.
No.
You die of a
So-
gunshot wound, but they say they chalk it up as COVID.
Yeah.
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 It'd be
So
interesting.
I'm not.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to look back and see this year how many cases of COVID, but how many cases of pneumonia or how many cases of other things,
Flu,
or how many elderly people died, compared this year to other years that,
But how could you technically do that because the numbers are so screwed up?
Yeah.
There's no way to do that really.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I don't know. It's an effed up situation. It's definitely, in so many different levels and so many different realms. It is a screwed up situation for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, New Jersey, Hank, in New Jersey. I actually am a Pennsylvania resident. I'm here in New Jersey right now, but in New Jersey, the entire state is shut down on lockdown, and there's no end date in sight. There's no plan. There's a plan to have a plan, to make a plan for when we plan to reopen, but there is no date. There is no set date for reopening.
I was watching a podcast yesterday, and they were based in LA County, and LA County says that they're probably not going to reopen until like 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And that's just like starting to open. How our restaurants and bars are opening this weekend, but only at half capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And with like an enforced masks, and they have to have all the safety protocols and everything too. But that's just the start of it. And I was looking at a graph today, and the US numbers and the curve, there is no curve yet. It's still going up.
Yeah.
We're not even at a plateau yet. It's still like this. So I don't understand, on one side of it, I don't understand why they're already starting to, I mean, I understand that they're wanting to start get people back to work and stuff, but at the same time, we're still like this. How are they basing,
But But are those loaded numbers, or are those actual real case? Who knows? You know, who knows if that 2 weeks we went from 1,000 cases, positive cases, to 8,000 in 2 weeks
In Kansas?
in Kansas.
Yeah.
How?
But we don't know.
How does that happen?
We
Are
went
there-
from 3 in our county. We went from 3 a week and a half ago to now we have 21.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not basing anything on those numbers because I
No.
think it's all bullshit. I think the
And-
numbers are bullshit.
And what is the percentage of should concern us is hospitalizations. And I mean, yeah, there's going to be tons of cases. They're opening drive-through, they're opening testing sites in Walmart and other places here. So the cases are going to go up. It's a virus. It is spreading. But how lethal is it? What percentage are hospitalizations going up? I haven't seen any numbers. And I think I read that more than half of all cases in the entire country have come from 5 states. So
Yeah.
That's a good point, Hank, because she says, I wonder if initial false positives are removed once deemed false, or if they are still listed as positives.
who knows?
You don't know.
How do you know? How, that's the thing that frustrates me is you can't believe anything that you hear from the news,
No.
from the, from the media, from even, our politicians. You cannot believe anything that you hear. It's crazy. It's almost like it's chaotic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I think like I said before, I thank God that I have this job and this is what I do, and I can stay in my own little cocoon until the National Guard comes rolling up in Everest and tells me lights out at 8 o'clock at night or whatever. Then I'm gonna have to change my tune. But I'm just gonna do what I can do here, and try to survive.
Yeah.
And that's really all I can base. I can't base my life on any of those numbers, because I think they're inflated. I think they're wrong, and I can't do it. I don't know. So anyway, time to get to work. I got to get some listing done and some yard work done and all of the in between. So Summer says, good morning, Summer. She says, we have 44,000 in our city with only 32 cases. So we're doing okay there.
Good.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll see y'all later. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day. Get lots of sales and
Bye, guys.
keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep on
healthy.
keeping on.
Stay safe.